Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to completely dismantle the illusion of overnight riches. We're going to pull back the curtain and reveal the actual, undeniable mathematics of getting wealthy. You know, there's a reason a shocking percentage of lottery winners end up completely bankrupt within just a few years. And it's because the architecture of massive wealth, it's rarely built on singular heroic acts. It's actually the byproduct of relentless, marginal gains. So today, we're focusing on a highly specific, deceptively simple rule that mathematically guarantees financial growth if you've got the patience to see it through. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's kick things off by challenging a core belief. Are you feeling paralyzed right now because you're secretly waiting for a massive windfall to build your wealth? Be honest with yourself here. So many of us are trapped, right? We're waiting for that one heroic financial act, a huge salary raise, hitting big on a lucky investment, or maybe an inheritance. We kind of tell ourselves, well, since I don't have a huge chunk of capital right now, what's the point in even starting? But as our source material clearly reveals, chasing fast money or waiting around for that windfall is a massive trap. Get-rich-quick schemes totally lack the foundation of automated systems and self-discipline, which means even if you do get lucky and get that windfall, statistically speaking, you're probably going to lose it all. There is a massive, massive divide between the myth of wealth and the reality. The myth tells us we need spectacular intensity, fast money, chasing the hottest new crypto coin, or betting the whole farm on one lucky stock. But the reality? Real wealth is honestly agonizingly boring at first. It is all about relentless, predictable consistency. Massive wealth is almost never a single event. It's a slow, steady process. Boring consistency will always outperform spectacular short-term intensity. Always. Because intensity fades the second the market gets tough, whereas consistency, that's what builds lasting financial empires.
All right, moving into section 1, the rule of marginal gains, or how to apply Kaizen to your capital.
So the absolutely crucial point here is understanding this concept of Kaizen when we apply it to your money. Kaizen is basically the Japanese philosophy of continuous improvement. Wealthy individuals do not prioritize massive, chaotic shifts in their lives. Instead, they prioritize the consistency of daily refinement. They're making small, repeatable changes to their financial decisions every single day. We are talking about micro-adjustments here. It's about slightly reducing consumer waste by, say, skipping that second premium coffee, or maybe making a slightly smarter investment choice by lowering a portfolio fee. The secret is that they focus entirely on daily progress rather than immediate perfection.
And the sheer power of optimizing those financial decisions actually comes down to just 1% daily, plus 1%. It's a heuristic, a beautifully simple mental shortcut for wealth creation. If you improve your financial habits by literally just 1% every day, those tiny adjustments don't just add up, they compound rapidly. And trust me, compounding applies just as heavily to the discipline of your daily habits as it does to the interest rates in your bank account.
Section 2, the mathematics of time and triggering the law of compounding.
Now, the architecture of compounding starts deceptively slow and flat. It's kind of like that classic math riddle. Would you rather have $1 million right now, today, or a single penny that doubles every single day for a month? Most people intuitively choose the million, right? But that doubling penny actually yields over $5 million. In the very beginning, that penny, or let's say your first $5 investment, it looks almost invisible. It doesn't look impressive at all. But as your returns start to earn returns, and then those returns earn even more returns, the math eventually explodes vertically into massive wealth. Starting early with small amounts completely beats starting late with big amounts. Why? Because time is your absolute biggest advantage.
The big takeaway here is that you absolutely must stay patient during that initial frustrating flatline phase. Money works on a delay. The sacrifices you make today compound much, much later, and our brains absolutely hate that. We are hardwired for instant gratification. The reason most people quit way too early is that they expect instant riches, and when that early compounding looks invisible, they just lose faith. But you have to remember that money rewards consistency over short-term intensity. You just have to accept the wealth-building delay, stay completely consistent with your contributions, and let time deliver the final prize.
Moving on to section 3, optimizing the habit loop. Let's talk about taking actionable 1% steps.
Look, we all know human willpower is terrible. It will inevitably fail you the exact moment you see a flashy online sale. But by automating these exact steps, you trigger the law of compounding on your own habits. First up, reduce microscopic consumer waste. Go ahead and cancel that unused streaming subscription you totally forgot about. Second, and this is absolutely critical, automate your money. Set it up so that the very moment your paycheck hits, a set percentage goes straight into your investments before you can even think about spending it. And third, refine your entries into simple wealth-building assets like index funds that just run quietly in the background. Automation removes human error entirely. It's a total game changer.
This 1% habit loop creates a very distinct dividing line in our society. Average earners tend to make choices based on days. They spend their cash first, they kind of just hope to save whatever happens to be left over at the end of the month, and they rely entirely on fleeting willpower. High net worth individuals, though, they operate in a completely different reality. They focus on decades. They pay their investment accounts first and basically force themselves to live on whatever's left over. They actively design automated decision systems so they never have to rely on daily discipline.
Section 4. The 10-year wealth divergence. Let's zoom out and take the macro view. Over a decade, these tiny, seemingly insignificant adjustments create a massive mathematical chasm. Imagine two people sitting right next to each other at work earning the exact same salary. On day one, their lives look totally identical. The progress of the one who is secretly automating their investments is completely invisible. But fast forward to year 5, and a noticeable gap begins to form. One of them has a solid safety net, while the other is drowning in credit card debt. Jump to year 10, and because one bought compounding assets and the other just bought consumer toys, their wealth completely diverges. This massive gap isn't created overnight, it is built painstakingly every single day. To guarantee this kind of outcome for yourself, you need to adopt these invisible wealth habits. You have to prove that success isn't about looking rich today with flashy designer clothes, but actually being rich tomorrow. So, adopt a 10-year timeline. Completely ignore the daily market noise. Focus your energy on asset production, meaning buying things that literally pay you to own them, rather than things that cost you money to maintain. Embrace delayed gratification, which is arguably the single most important habit for predicting financial success. Just let compounding do all the heavy lifting for you.
Ultimately, success is not an event. It is a compounded result of disciplined, daily improvement. Refine your habit loop today and let the mathematics of time do the heavy lifting. True wealth is rarely built on singular, heroic acts. It is the byproduct of relentless, marginal gains. It really comes down to giving every single dollar a job, controlling your emotional spending, and realizing that your current daily habits are secretly deciding your financial destiny.
So I'll leave you with this final thought regarding your own financial trajectory. Will you automate a 1% refinement today? The delay trick that doubles your wealth requires you to start right now, even if it's literally just with $5. Every single year you wait around for a perfect moment, you lose compounding gains that you can never, ever recover. So what's it going to be? Will you take control, set up that automated system, and make that 1% improvement right now? Or will you let another 10 years just pass you by? The choice and the math is entirely up to you.